In this video, we're going to talk about the chip shortage. Hey gang, it's Ron from ITMasterKey.com, and my job is to help each and every one of you guys get certified. So we're going to kind of lean away from certifications for a minute and talk about the chip shortage. So if you're unaware, there is a shortage of CPUs or chips. So chips, real simple, are the brain of whatever you're using. And the further along technology gets, these CPUs or processors are more and more important because they're chips inside of refrigerators, there's chips inside of cars, there's chips inside of cell phones, there's chips inside of most of the things that we use today. So we're super reliant on these different types of chips. So since about last year, probably since the pandemic hit, we kind of noticed how reliant we were on these different chips. I actually just dropped a new blog on certification.tips. If you didn't know, that's our little blog that we have, and I just dropped a new blog about the chip shortage. If you want to see that full blog, it's in the description. So I'm gonna be going over, that's why I'm looking at my phone, just want to make sure I don't miss nothing, some of the things that may have impacted this chip shortage. So that's one of the main reasons why right now you can't get a damn PS5, because they can't find the chips. It may be hard for you to get a iPhone Pro because they can't find the chips. That's another thing. Apple just had their event showing all their new products and stuff. So the chips, like I said, became the chip shortage came evident last year when we went through the pandemic, and as well as when we've been having some issues with China as far as having some restrictions, China not really feeling some of the things what we're doing, and actually having a lot more increase as far as shipping costs and stuff like that. So there's been a lot of things going on with that. So one of the main reasons was COVID, and just not really having a really robust plan as far as, okay, if China's not filling us, or if our manufacturers aren't filling us, what are we planning to do as far as this chip shortage is concerned? Because like I said, your PS5s, your televisions, a lot of these are super dependent on chips, as well as Teslas. So Teslas and hybrid cars use chips as well, and that's kind of causing delays with them as well, because I think the Teslas, I think it's called the Cybertruck, but their new SUV or whatever is supposed to drop, I want to say this year, but it's actually been halted and delayed, and that's one of the major reasons. They also having issues with production and trying to figure out stuff like that, but one of the main reasons is because that they having this chip shortage. So according to Gartner researchers, right, they're predicting that it's probably going to be a chip shortage well into 2022. And my wife has been trying to buy me, even though I don't never play video games, for some reason she wants to buy me a PS5 as a reward, I guess, for working so damn hard. But it's probably going to be a while before I get a PS5, because I'm not willing to pay resale for some shit I'm probably not going to use anyway. So let me just read you this excerpt from certification.tips. Gartner researchers predicted earlier this month that the global semiconductor shortfall will persist until the second quarter of 2022. So, April, May. Add that to the deployment of the 5G smartphone and the trade restrictions imposed on China before the epidemic, according to Grave Gupta, a VP analyst at Gartner. This meant that Huawei, one of China's major 5G smartphone manufacturers, would be unable to purchase processors after a set period of time. Similarly, Apple and other smartphone makers made huge chip orders, which kept the foundries really busy, and then you had the unexpected spike in demand for COVID, or during COVID-19. So a lot of people were at home, so a lot of people were buying more and more stuff. Let me get a PS5, let me get a laptop, let me get this, let me get that. So production ramped up and supply couldn't really meet demand. And then, like I said, with the restrictions from China, you have to forgive me, my allergies are acting up. So if I got the sniffles or sound stuffy, I apologize. I didn't get in the line for allergies, but somehow I ended up in my cart anyway. So what am I trying to say? So the semiconductor thing, right? Or the chip shortage. There's a lot of implications. Like I said, a lot of your consumer electronics are going to be affected by this. And you're probably going to see a spike in pricing as well. You may see a spike in pricing across the board anyway, just because of the things with the restrictions from China. Nike even came on and said that, hey, our products are going to be more expensive because it's going to cost us more to get shipping containers, blah, 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 blah. And to pivot, Apple, since it's been having a problem getting semiconductors from Intel or any of these other places, they've actually announced that, hey man, we're gonna start creating our own chips. They actually announced that today, today is the 18th. They had this big show, that they have, and where they announce all their new products. They're coming out with new MacBooks. They're coming out with new AirPods, and they also said that they're gonna start creating their own M1 chips, and they're gonna stop relying on other people. So Apple may or probably will move in on the space that Intel had and these other chipset or CPU manufacturers and processors, because they're actually going to be making their own chips, so they're not going to be worried about other manufacturers. Their chips, I don't know if they're going to be proprietary to them, but I'm pretty sure they're going to expand and may even be one of the big juggernauts when it comes to chips. So that is one of the reasons why you haven't been able to get your CPU, or get your PS5. That's one of the reasons that maybe they didn't make them as fast, or they were probably depending on other manufacturers. That anything with a Pro, if you're trying to get an iPhone 13 Pro, it's probably gonna be hard for you to get it because the chipsets or the chips that they use in there are on hold and they're hard to get. So that's one of the reasons that you cannot get your PS5. Your Tesla may be on hold, and other things are kind of hard to find because there's a shortage of chips, and this may be something we're gonna be dealing with for a while. So I was gonna go live, but I didn't feel like it. So that's why you get this video. It's gonna be, that's what I'm gonna start trying to do. I'm always gonna have the game for you as far as certifications, but tech news, I'm trying to stay on top of that stuff. So I was actually supposed to drop a tech certification practice test today, but since this is a little bit more relevant and it may not be irrelevant from a month or so from now, I decided to drop it right now. So let me know what you think in the comments. Drop, like, share, subscribe. Go on ahead and head over to certification.tips if you want to read the full blog. And other than that, I'll see you in class.